Let's reflect on our latest People's Poll here on GB News. And we are, as the migrant crisis continues, looking at the results with, in detail, 58% of you thinking that the British government has lost control of our borders. Only 14%, right at the end there, on the end of the screen, thinking that the government is in control. While on the issue of Albanian migrants, 61% of you thinking they should be asked to return to Albania. And in the latest voting intentions, well, Labour's lead has been cut, although it's still 26%, or 26 points rather, but it's come down from 31-point lead, a fall of 4 points on last week, a Conservative recovery of some sorts. Labour then 47%, Conservatives 21%, Lib Dems 10%. Well, joining us in the studio now, our polling analyst, David Cowling. David, you've been hard at work and you've got more numbers there for us. And clearly with a changing story day to day, people are reacting to the news they're seeing, particularly, of course, on the Albanian aspect of this.
Yes, and also, of course, for those who think that immigration isn't really an issue, I mean, we have the census figures published which show that 1 in 6 people in England and Wales who live in England and Wales weren't born here.
Yeah.
So that's the scale, if you like, of the size of immigration, so to speak, and one of the reasons why it's so prominent. But I think my take on this is that, especially with the Albanian question, the people will make a distinction between asylum, genuine asylum, or economic migrants.
Or even those being trafficked for criminal reasons, of course,
Absolutely.
which is another aspect Mark White, our security editor, has touched on.
Absolutely so. And whether by allowing people across, one is simply supporting the gangs who are processing them. So I think the nation shows that it will support genuine asylum seekers, but I think there's rising concerns about how many people who are coming across are not in that category, but are here either by being trafficked or because they're seeking to improve their condition.
And to add a little bit of spice to it, the Prime Minister of Albania, Edi Rama, accusing Britain of becoming a madhouse and trying to find scapegoats where failed policies were to blame. And of course, this is the key. There is a political fallout on this. And we remember Keir Starmer saying, get a grip. That being shared perhaps by the public as well in terms of the government's handling of this?
Well, certainly signs of people coming across the channel, which we've been seeing for a very long time, has contributed to the reaction, that the borders are porous, that every state has the right to guarantee its own borders. And if that starts to break down in any degree, then understandably there's a public reaction. And certainly that seems to have come through to the public consciousness. But they're deeply sceptical about our political class generally as to whom is going to sort it.
No matter who's in charge, yeah. But on that bigger picture, indications with a new Prime Minister and a new Chancellor that Labour has lost a little bit of ground, or is it the Tories making ground back up on them?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, I looked at our poll of 3 weeks ago. Compared with the latest today that you've reported. And basically the Conservatives up 7, Labour down 6. Yeah. So what I think has happened is that in the opinion poll, the voting intention polls, is that the Conservatives have begun to restore themselves to something like equilibrium and the rest of it. But still, Labour, although coming down, is still in
way ahead. Yeah.
In a dominant position that reminds us of the run-up to 1997. Now, that doesn't mean to say that's what's going to happen in 2 years' time if the election is then, but we're still in that territory. So some improvement without question for the Conservatives, but my God, what a hole they've got to get themselves out of.
We'll see what the trend is, of course, if it's 2 years away or perhaps sooner, who knows.
Yes.
Thank you very much for taking us through the numbers. Great to see you again.